This is where the shift happens from a typical buyer-seller model to truly consultative sales and mutually beneficial relationships. We become actual partners as opposed to just another salesperson. You're listening to Prospecting on Purpose, where we discuss all things prospecting, sales, business, and mindset. I'm your host, Sara Murray, a sales champion who's here to show you that you can be a shark in business and still lead with intentionality and authenticity. Tune in each week as we dive into methods to connect with clients, communicate with confidence, and close the deal. Welcome to Prospecting on Purpose. We're diving into the second episode in this mini-series of 7 crucial skills for effective selling. The second crucial skill is understanding our clients' or our prospects' business model. This is an area I spend time on with my clients because, in my opinion, it's truly one of the most important things. If we are positioning ourselves with a client where we're speaking to their business needs as opposed to just pushing product information, the entire relationship changes. This is where the shift happens from a typical buyer-seller model to truly consultative sales and mutually beneficial relationships. We become actual partners as opposed to just another salesperson. Understanding a client's business model is often an overlooked step, and not just by the sales teams. Marketing, customer service, training teams, leadership, project management, engineering teams, they can all often make similar oversights. If corporations don't understand a client's business model, it leads to underserving or even misserving the clients. In turn, unable to maximize opportunities, and we just leave money on the table. Some of the reasons we overlook the business model can be we assume we already know it, or we forget to ask questions, or we fear that if we ask questions or outsource support, it comes across that we don't know the industry that we're in. But if we don't focus on this, it can be unintentionally disrespectful to our clients, and at the end of the day, it just doesn't lead to the most successful sale. When it comes to business models, here are some questions we can ask ourselves. How does our client's business go to market? Who are their clients? How do they make money? What sales channels do they focus on? What are their core values? Who is the key decision maker in their organization? What are their pain points? What motivates them? How do they purchase from us? If we start to chunk these down, then the way we approach our clients and the discussions we have naturally become more elevated, and we totally stand out from our competitors who don't do this work. So let's break some of these down together. Okay, for this example, we are going to sell furniture, and the core customers that we're pursuing are interior designers. So one big firm that we really want to get to know better is ABC Design. The average salesperson, aka our competitor, is going to approach ABC Design with facts about their furniture. They'll show what color options are available, what materials it's made out of. That's all okay, but that is not what we're going to do. We're going to approach this from a business model perspective. So if we ask ourselves those earlier questions, how does ABC Design firm go to market? Well, let's see. We understand from their website and some of the people that we've networked with that work there that they predominantly work on luxury hotel projects. They have a handful of owners that hire them for their projects around the world. And we also understand that they generate new business from networking events and attending intimate trade shows. Okay, got it. So we know that they focus on hospitality. We have an idea where they get their other clients from. Maybe we make a note of those industry events they attend and use that in our prospecting efforts going forward. Great data point there. Now, do we know how they make money on these projects? Here's why this is an important item to acknowledge. If we understand how ABC Design makes money, we can ensure that we're selling to them in a respectful way that works for their business. In this example, ABC makes money by billable hours to their client. So let's say we want to show them our new furniture collection and we request a lunch presentation. 20 designers attend our lunch, and each of those designers bill their time at $150 an hour. That means in our 1-hour presentation, we cost that company $3,000 in billable revenue. That is totally okay. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. If there's collaboration and partnership, then that hour lunch was important. But if we understand this component, then we need to question whether the time we're requesting of them and the information we're providing is worth that $3,000? And if it's not, what additional information do we need to provide to ensure that it's valuable time spent? Now, up to this point, we've just focused on their design services, but that's only one arm of their business. If we dig a bit deeper and understand their sales channels and how they make money, we can open more doors. Okay, so ABC Design, I understand you design beautiful luxury hotels. Is this the core focus of your business? Well, by asking this one question, we learn not only do they offer interior design services, but they have a retail storefront in Los Angeles, and they're opening 5 stores in other cities. They sell furniture and accessories at their retail stores. They also partner with manufacturers to resell product on their e-commerce site to individual homeowners. Oh, and they also design furniture as a licensing agreement, and they collect royalty on the sales of the furniture. Wow. If we had just approached this opportunity without understanding their full business model, we would have missed 3 other potential sales channels where our furniture product could fit. And now we're working in a space where ABC Design makes money, we're making money, and now we're collaborating as partners as opposed to just telling them about our product and maybe we get an order for one hotel. This is what I mean when I say we're leaving money on the table. Hopefully, these quick examples are starting to turn some wheels on why speaking to business model is crucial. If we grasp this, then the other crucial skill sets become more impactful and aligned. Storytelling and overcoming objections become easier. Creating and utilizing assets are more relevant and clear to our clients. And then being in the driver's seat becomes natural because we're speaking their language and we're uncovering new areas of opportunity. This is true business development. So what are ways that we can start uncovering our client's business model and start building that web of connectivity? In a nutshell, it's pretty simple. Really, we need to be researching and asking questions. The internet is a magical place. Podcasts, YouTube, articles, AI even. Go to a prospect's website, see who their leadership is, what are their core values, and how do those values align with yours? Who is the audience they serve? This will help us start to understand the terminology they're using and what's important to them. Also, this is a quick prospecting sidebar, but if you're already on their website and you're looking at the leadership section, probably half a dozen times I've been in the elevator with the big boss, and I knew it because I creeped on their website before the meeting. It's so much easier to shake the hand and chit-chat in that elevator than it would be if I didn't know who that person was. You can see how just a few minutes of prep time doesn't take a lot of effort to make a big impact. Another common option is to source outside help. Outsource to the experts. If we're already in an industry that maybe we aren't serving to the best of our capabilities, or we want to break into a specific industry, where can we source consultants or coaches that are specialists in this area of expertise? I do this for my own business. I've had requests to do keynote speeches, and I'm building this out as a pillar to my business. And I know I could figure out how to consistently book professional speaking gigs, but I don't want to fumble around for a few years to get there. I pay for a program, source my coaching from people who have already done it, and then the investment not only collapses time, but it better serves my clients that I'm working with because they're not the guinea pig to me figuring it out. Investments like that become a no-brainer when it applies to our lives and businesses, so we can pivot that same thinking for our companies and how we're approaching our prospects. Another research strategy is to network. Network with fellow vendors, non-competing or competing even if it's friendly. Network with channel partners who serve as somewhat indirect colleagues. It likely benefits them if we better understand what we're talking about. People are willing to help spend the time to help you learn if the interest is genuine. Or attend trade shows, go to the panel discussions, go to the speaking events. If we're waiting in line for coffee at the show and someone stands behind us and they're our core target. Hey, excuse me, I see you're an interior designer. Do you mind if I ask you a couple quick questions about your business? I'm trying to better serve my interior designer clients. Just be friendly and see what they say. So all of these tactics are kind of like pre-work prior to the meeting, right? What happens when we get to the meeting and now we're able to ask our clients directly? Honestly, I know this is going to sound so simple, but it's the easiest thing, and I hope this is the biggest takeaway from the episode. Before we jump into our pitch or our presentation, all we have to do is just ask our prospect what their business model is. It feels weird when we first do it, but the person on the other side usually doesn't bat an eye and just answers the question. Or they might take a beat, but almost always they appreciate the opportunity to address it, and the entire meeting may completely shift after we get this answer. Here's a quick script we can use. So, Miss Client, before we get started, I'd love to hear from you about your business model and what your company is currently focusing on so that I can better cater my comments to your needs. That's it. Super simple and positions us both for the most effective use of our time. It's in these types of discussions where you can start to ask for more additional specifics. What are their pain points? Do they have anything new coming out? Are they expanding into new industries? How do they manage inventory? What's their workflow process? What software tools do they use? Do they like or dislike them? Is there a product feature that doesn't exist in the market, but maybe our company has the resources to develop it? We can see how these types of conversations open new opportunities and elevate the relationship. This is an ongoing process as business is fluid and constantly evolving. Research, asking questions, and intentional listening is going to be where this business-to-business alignment positions us as a partner instead of just another Joe Schmo salesperson. And we know there are no Joe Schmoes here. So that wraps up this week's episode. I am super passionate about this, and I know it's going to set us up for success in the other crucial skills. The next skill we're getting into is effective storytelling, and it will be a 2-part episode. Next week, we'll have a storytelling expert on the show. It's a super fun episode, and there's a lot of tangible takeaways. And then following that, we'll continue with the mini-series. So I would love to hear what you're thinking so far. If you're enjoying it, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or email me hello@saramurray.com. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for listening to the Prospecting on Purpose podcast. If you loved what you heard today, subscribe to the podcast and please rate and leave a review. For more info on me, or if you'd like to work together, feel free to go to my website, saramurray.com. On social media, I'm usually hanging out at Sara Murray Sales. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time.